morning. Today I am going to describe the topic survey and demarcation in logging and economics subject. First of all, we have to go for survey before the actual operation of the logging practices, and for this survey and demarcation of boundaries or areas is necessary to clear cut make the boundaries of allotted crop in the forest. For this survey and demarcation of needful area is uh, needed to be conducted to achieve a good economic result of the logging operations. Uh, Generally, the boundaries of forests are not clear cut marked as the trees and their seeds are dispersed anywhere without any political, without any administrative foundation. So, it is necessary to locate the clear cut corners for allotted filling area. The achievement of highly efficient logging and transport operations is only possible when it is planned in a very good time or at least 3 months before actual operations. For this, we have to cross check the earlier records in our working plan also, and for that we have to check the compartment records. These records are generally prepared for various levels at various levels in the forest department, and those men having the information on the volume of timber of standing trees, the silvicultural operations those were conducted uh, during the years since its establishment. Logging plan is defined by determining how the timber on a given tract would be removed, and the logging plan is the blueprint for logging various logging operations. Logging plan also include the logging methods, the location of landings, setting the boundaries, and the sequence of cutting and entire forest road system. Uh, it also include access roads. Those are constructed independently of the timber sales, and these are the part of essential part of logging plan. Then we have next important factor in logging planning is the map that will be cross-checked through compartment records also. Mapping of the area to be logged require the location of boundaries by starting from the known corners. All the maps should contain the following needful informations like name and initials of the map maker, date of surveying, then the legends showing symbols at defined portions of that map. Then title should be there like forest type map or topographic map. Uh, the scale should also be mentioned therein. Scale means suppose we are showing 10 km area by 1 millimeter or 1 centimeter likewise, or 1000 km area by 1 centimeter or 1 millimeter likewise. That should be scale that must be mentioned in the map. In India, the conventional working plans are divided into two main parts. For this purpose, the first part deals with description of forest, and second part is about the layout with the detailed prescriptions for future management practices of forests over the fixed period of years like 5 year, 10 year working plans are worked accordingly. Although more than 60% of expenses in forestry sector is used on logging operations, and this aspect is almost ignored in the conventional working plan because logging involve or most part of the expenses in logging operations are involved in road construction. Those road may be of different kinds: main road, haul roads, branch roads, extraction roads, etc. Then we move to next portion of this topic, and here the plan of logging operations, how the logging operations are planned, and there are several steps for this purpose. Such plans can be prepared at least 1 year in advance. It should include the various aspects, and one of them is annual logging area. It include the felling age, assortment, and roads. These all are the part of annual logging area. The felling age is defined that the tree size as a criterion of rotation may be non-profitable sometime, but rotation age should be fixed or assessed on the basis of minimum profit. Therefore, as a result, timber merchants should also increase the price. It is well known fact that rotational age of trees definitely gives rise increasing volume of standing trees. It is well known fact actually on the literature also, or by experienced foresters. Those also gives rise same idea about the volume with increasing rotation age. Next we have assortment or grouping, and it include all the components like total volume of sawn timber, pulpwood, and firewood in each species in each logging unit. The conversion in a tree is to be extended towards its top until the cost of conversion and transport charges of the cost price equals the sale price. Uh, Here we mean to say that the conversion of any tree must be started from the bottom portion of those trees, felled trees, and it will have maximum revenue and maximum timber from the bottom. Then, as we know, the trees are tapered towards the top, and we will have maximum return from those loggings. Then the next part of the plan, or that is important part, that is roads, and the logging area can also be determined and described with road to be constructed. Temporary roads are formed in annual logging area and cost to be taken as direct logging cost. The cost of permanent road to be considered as an investment, that could be the permanent asset actually, or it is not being practiced on regular basis. Once we have prepared or constructed the permanent roads, then their repairs are need for next felling times, or that's why branch road or haul roads or extraction roads are constructed as for the needs during any felling operations. Then we have logging systems in logging plan, and that these are termed according to the either the form in which wood is transported, or the method of felling, or sometime equipments used, or sometime both are combined to describe any logging system. The first of them is shortwood system, or here in this system all the operations are carried out at the site, and converted timber is transported to the market. This system is commonly used for bigger sized trees, wherein we cannot transport the whole tree or whole felled tree at once. It should be converted into appropriate size or appropriate weights also. Then we have tree length system, or here in this case felling and limbing is done at the site, and further operations are carried out either at sawmill or in the industries as per the need of appropriate size or demand of the market. Felling and limbing, as we know, are the simple operations. Limbing is the removal of branches of felled tree, and the whole clear bole tree is transported in that form to the market, and it is only possible in the plain topographical areas, only where the appropriate transport system, tramways or large size trucks or railway systems are available nearby the forest or felling area. Next, we have full or whole tree system, and this in this system felled trees are transported as such to the sawmills or industries for further operations. And this operation or this method is applicable in sandalwood or acacia catechu or some other species also, where the each part of that felled tree is important. In this system, entire tree along with the root system are transported to the clearing site or clearing depots. Next, we have next part of this logging planning is equipments and necessary investment. Arrangement of these things are also the important part of the logging planning. The details of planning and harvesting operations should be worked in accordance with the available financial resources, and various tools and equipments for felling and conversion should be made available or priorly arranged along with loading unloading devices. These all are pre-assured during logging planning. Next, we have labor requirement or the arrangement of labor during planning phase is also necessary part, and it should be worked out by arrangement of efficient labor in different years for various operations, and by making estimates on the changes in productivity of labor due to method of working and introduction of new equipments and techniques. Sometime we must hire or assure the arrangement of labor as per the changing conditions, like invention of new equipments or techniques, or sometime laborers are get tired, or sometime they are fatigue, feeling fatigue, or sometime they feel illness. So in that case, we must have arrangement of extra or surplus laborers also, or all must have the knowledge about equipment and techniques in the changing environment also. Next, we have the most important phase of logging planning is the time scheduling of various operations. All the operations, whether the labor arrangement, whether the arrangement of equipment, whether the earlier discussed things, those are use of any logging system or any other thing. These all are scheduled by a perfect itinerary system, or these should always these all should be always planned in very advanced time. So operations like determination of annual logging area, primary network of roads, location of plants, etc., are to be plotted in the field 1 year ahead of actual working. Therefore, these all aspects should be given into account while planning and organizing the logging operation to ensure maximum return by giving equal consideration to other aspects such as silvicultural practices and various other aspects of forestry operations. And here it is the whole description of this logging planning, and hope you all understand the matter discussed herein. Thank you.